Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. It is Binky. So today I either decided to post this box or I didn't. I kind of struggled with it. So this is Universal Yums, of course, and every month they send a beautiful snack care package to you from different parts of the world. And every country should be celebrated, and every country has a beautiful history. So that's one of the reasons why I love this box. I love learning languages. I love traveling. I love anything that has to do with the beautiful citizens of this world. And so this one was kind of tough. And it's funny because I actually knew this was going to happen. For some reason, I have this, like, so does this guy, this sixth sense sometimes. And I remember thinking before they announced the box, I bet you it's Russia. And like a week later, sure enough, it was Russia. And this is tough. And so I've gone back and forth whether to post this or not, and I may not, I don't know. And the reason why is because of everything going on in the world today, of course, with the invasion of Ukraine. And so it's tough because it's like, do you advertise food from Russia? When it's, you know, when we're dealing with the issues that we're dealing with Ukraine is dealing with, it is a worldwide issue, but obviously very horrible for Ukraine. I've been absolutely glued to this since the beginning, and I watch it for hours on day, probably to a point of being unhealthy, because I really care about what's happening. I've actually lived among the Russian and Ukrainian community before. And so it's tough because there's a lot of good people from both communities. And it's tough because, especially being an American, we've never really dealt with things like this. Sure, you know, things go wrong in every country. Everyone has their history, everyone has their government things. And, you know, this isn't a political channel, so I don't want to get too much into this. But that being said, there's also kind of a comfort of living here because, you know, war is not something that's constantly present here in the U.S. You know, we may go into conflicts in other countries, whether you agree with them or not. But we're not really used to that. You know, we're tucked pretty safely away here in the U.S. is what I'll say. Though we have had a few instances, you know, of like Pearl Harbor and 9/11, things like that. But for the most part, compared to certain regions in the world, we are very lucky. And so it's, I guess what I want to say is I don't want to fully villainize the Russian people. I've known many Russian people and they're wonderful people. When you are in an area like North Korea, we'll just say, the citizens are so far blocked off that they don't always know what's happening or what the real world entails. It's interesting. You should actually check that out. Some North Koreans who escaped ended up in the U.S. They were terrified to come here originally because of the propaganda that was given to them about Americans. And then they came to the U.S. and realized it was not the case. But it's understandable, the fear, because they've been raised in it. And even as children, sometimes we are raised here in the U.S. to believe certain things, and as we get older, we may deviate from those things as we learn our own life experience. It's very difficult to do if you're fed a lot of propaganda that goes against the contrary. So this is very long, but that's why I'm going back and forth. I don't want to wipe out or villainize a complete culture. The Russian history has a lot of bumps in it, much like many other countries, including my own. It may be a little bit on, some may say, a grander scheme, but you have to understand that not all the people wanted this. Yes, there are some sympathizers, but a lot of the people don't want this, or unfortunately may not know any better. And it's easy to make a comment when you're in a free country where you can see different news sources and get different information. It's a lot different being here in the U.S. in comparison to other parts of the world. So it's tough. I don't want to villainize a bunch of people who there's people who are willing to be jailed in Russia right now by protesting. And right now that could mean death. So people are willing to do that. People are being arrested by just standing on the street quietly, and they know they're protesting and they're not even saying anything or even holding a sign, and they're being pulled away. There are people taking a stand. And so to those people, to the people who fled Russia because of past issues to find freedom elsewhere around the whole world, due to those people who didn't know what they were getting into, perhaps, and were, if the stories are correct, basically put out as cannon fodder for not necessarily this war, possibly, but possibly other ones as well, if that is the case. People who've died for freedom within their country and such. This is for those Russian people and their beautiful country that has a very interesting history, it really does. It has a very interesting history, a very sad history in a lot of ways. And so this is a celebration of those beautiful people. That's where I'm at. So with that, now you know why, if I do show this, why I'm showing this box. It's for those people. So, and again, I've been around Russian people, and their culture is beautiful, and they are beautiful people, very honest people. I'll tell you like it is, and I respect that game. So, this is Russia, and it tells the history as usual, the different regions and things, and where it is located on the map. And this is what it looks like. It is a huge country, gigantic, and much like America, it has a lot of space that's not very usable. Theirs is just different because it's very icy. You know, a little bit, the weather's not as great. While in the US, we have just long spans of like plains and things where it wouldn't really be advisable necessarily to live, you know, or very mountainous ranges, things like that. But you get this. They are known for the eggs here. I actually have one. I mean, not one of the originals. I couldn't afford that. But they make replicas. And being that I lived in a neighborhood that was highly Russian and Ukrainian, I was able at one time to pick these up. There's also a big community here in New York City if you would like to visit that yourself. And that's very Russian, very Ukrainian. Actually, that whole area in general. You know, Uzbekistan, Georgian, all that. Go to Brighton Beach and you shall see it. Yes. Even other neighborhoods, like some in Bensonhurst and some also in Sheepshead Bay, but a lot of it really is in Brighton Beach, and definitely worth checking out for delicious food and interesting culture. And so off we go to Russia. And it talks about the different things, Russia in 60 seconds, what you might want to know, what you might not know. Yeah, so there's a lot of that in here, and a lot of the history, and you know, things for you to know, a day in the life, celebrating things, you know, food, spring. It's again put together very well, you know, the famous people in history and what they've given to the Russian people and to the world as well. So there are definitely things to be celebrated because there are some wonderful things that came out of Russia. Regardless of what is happening now, it does not take away the beautiful people and the beautiful contributions to society. So there you go. So this is what it looks like. Yes, this is the box, and this, I know. Well, there you go. So lots of delicious food here, and I'm excited to try it. So they always want me to start a specific place, but I'm not feeling that today. I want to start where I want to start. So this one is actually a Kamchatka crab potato snack, and it's crab snack bursting with real seafood flavor. So that's kind of interesting. I mean, Russia obviously, I mean, you can say it's surrounded by water. It is. Many regions are, but a lot of it is also landlocked. I mean, it's a huge country. So you see this a lot actually in Asian snacks. And so it does not surprise me that it is in Russia as well. I like crab snacks. Yeah, you can smell it. It's very much like the ones that you get in Asian stores. You can buy them, and this is exactly what it is. So this is what it looks like. They don't try to do like animal stuff. Oh, that's interesting. I'm trying to see if it's supposed to look like a crab or not. Oh, it's supposed to look like a crab. There you go. It's like this. I was wondering. So it's supposed to look like this guy. So this does taste like crab, but what's interesting about it is it's very sweet. Crab is very sweet, and this is less fishy. It has a little taste of fish, but mostly a sweet, salty, so savory and sweet at the same time. Not that fishy, actually. Yeah, I actually like it. It's just different. I'm used to the ones from like Asia that are really boom, in your face, strong fish flavor. So this one is for those who are dabbling in fish snacks. That one is a safe one, safe bet. So this one is Yeshuku. I think that's how you say it. Yeshuku. Okay, I used to read Cyrillic. Yeah, I used to read Cyrillic, and then I kind of lost it after a while. So it's called pickle corn balls. Now I love pickle. So this is right up my alley, and I think this is wonderful already. You know why? Because I love pickles. I do. And they're one of my favorite snacks. Even as a little kid, one of my favorite snacks. Oh my gosh, you can smell the pickles as soon as you open it. This is chock full of pickle goodness. Yep. It actually tastes like a cucumber Cheeto. It doesn't taste like pickle to me. It tastes like cucumber. Cucumber Cheeto. Yes. I actually really like it. I like it, but I can see why people would be going, huh. So the next one is roasted garlic bread rings. There are a lot of there's a lot of carbs. And there's nothing wrong with it. So I'm gonna be eating too many of these. Oh, you can smell that garlic. It's a garlic wheat snack. I don't really get the garlic. There's a light hint taste of garlic, but compared to the garlic chip from France, no. You'll still be able to talk to people after eating this. It's there, it's just you get the dense wheat, and it's a very dry, dense wheat. And then it goes to the taste of garlic. And honestly, it's not very sweet. I'm used to American like bread products being very sugary. We put a lot of sugar in everything. This has no sugar in it. So it's like wheat with a little garlic. It's interesting because I'm so used to, I don't, at this moment, I didn't realize how much sugar we put into our bread products until I tasted that. There's like no sugar in that. It's pure sugar in the US. I'm going to say it. So there you go. So the next one is this big hulking thing. Like this thing has to be like 900 calories. I mean, not that it matters. Live your life. I'm just saying, yeah, it's basically 180 for 1/4 of this. That is huge. This thing is like a 1/4 pound. So you can like do this, get some bite. Yeah, it's big. So let's get in there. What I like is that, well, actually there hasn't been a lot of sweet. It's been mostly savory. And it smells really good. Actually, it does. It smells really good. So let's see what this looks like. Okay, having that I lived in a neighborhood that had a lot of people from this area, these are very standard. You can get these in any shelf if you go to the neighborhoods I told you to. This is what it looks like. They have these everywhere. Yeah, but they make them fresh. So I know exactly what this is going to taste like. But there's a little piece of it. Yep, identical. It has the cream in it. It's just very sweet, delicious. These are very standard. Very standard. And you can get them in any market that sells this type of food. Very common in Russia and Ukraine and Georgia, all those countries, because they share history and like food. So it's actually quite good, but I've had those so many times, I'm not even gonna lie. It's like I eat those all the time. Don't eat them all the time, but yeah, you can definitely get them. And in the local places, they make them fresh. So this one's really good, but they make them, there's nothing better than having the actual fresh kind. Delicious, yes. So this one is a roasted peanut and caramel choco bar. Smooth and caramel peanut chunks. Oh, I was like, what is this? I went, what? Slathered in cocoa. I was like, what does that say? The font was very weird. Let's put it that way. So this is what the bar looks like. It's kind of like your standard like candy bar. The magic will be in the biting. Yeah, a little weird thing to say. So that's what it looks like. To those in the US, it's basically like a payday bar. It's almost identical to a payday bar. Now I'm going to be honest with you, I really don't like payday bars. I'm not really big into peanuts. I'm more of a hazelnut almond gal. So it's fun. It's just not some, or a Snickers. It tastes like a Snickers, not a payday. Sorry, payday has peanuts all around it. I don't touch those. It tastes like a Snickers. I don't like Snickers. I don't hate them. They're just, they exist. I know, people are like, what is wrong with you? Whatever. It's a preference. Now the next one is caramel and cookie choco bar. So this is actually a cookie one, and the other one was roasted peanut and caramel. This one is caramel and cookie. So there is a difference. And this is called Jets. I've actually never seen this. And like I said, maybe I haven't been looking. I might have to go back because I'm in the mood for some khachapuri, and you can get that in Brighton Beach. Like this wonderful Georgian shop. So good. Ooh. I know, everybody's like, show the bar. All right, we'll show the bar. I was being stingy. Now this one is a lot sweeter. Ooh, that's as sweet, if not sweeter than most American. Okay, it's as sweet as American candy bars, which are a little bit too sweet for me. I love candy, but it could be too much. Believe it or not, this one is a little bit better because this one has peanuts in it, so it's not as sweet. This one's pure sugar. This one is like a wafer in it. You can see a wafer, while this one is caramel and peanuts. This one's wafer with like cream and stuff, caramel and chocolate bar. They really like wafers, and in Russia for desserts they'll do like you know, the wafer bars where it's like wafer chocolate, wafer chocolate, wafer chocolate, or different flavors, and then they dip it full in chocolate. They love that. You can get them anywhere, and they're delicious. I used to love those as a kid. I still love them as an adult. Who am I kidding? I'm not even going to lie to you. I still love them. They're delicious. But that one is a little bit sweet for me. Just a little bit. But that's just me. If you like sugar, you may really like that one. But I like the peanut one better, which is Snickers. And I actually don't normally like Snickers too much. But it's good. But the other one's a little bit too sweet for me. But that is me. So the next one is Vanilla Ice Cream Nougat Choco Bar. And this one is nougat inspired by Ombia. I know. Do you like that? I don't even know what that is. Ultra rich Russian ice cream. Yes. In the Cyrillic there. I won't even try to read it. I used to be able to. Yeah, I was learning it for a while, and then I fell off of it, and I, you know, didn't get back on track. So, and I'm learning so many now, it's like, do I need to do this? So there you go. It's very thin, so this one's for those who don't want too much. Oh. That was really good, actually. It's like vanilla. It's almost like marshmallowy, but not quite in consistency. It's a little bit harder than that. And so it's chocolate and vanilla. It's very nice. This one's very, very nice. Not as sweet as the last one. And just a very, very nice little bar. I know. I like that one. So with the pickle corn balls. You know, I really want to go back to that one. It was just so unique. Where is this? Oh, is this what this is? Oh, okay. It's weird. So it's the mushroom bread bites. Taste Russia's award-winning mushrooms. It's interesting because it didn't have a picture. So it's mushroom croutons. Naturally and artificially flavored. So it's like if you're having a salad and you got this box, you know what to throw on it. So there you go. Mushroom. Doesn't smell like a mushroom. Tastes like a mushroom. I like mushrooms, but I can see why some people would be concerned. The croutons aren't as hard as they are here in the US where they'll break your tooth. These are very soft croutons, but they do indeed have a little bit of salt and mushroom love. So I know some people are like, you gotta be kidding me. They are not kidding you. So boiled condensed milk wafers. So this is almost like a waffle. And this is unique for sure. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like a waffle. This is fantastic. So I'm not eating these all today, but this is, I mean, it basically looks like a waffle. I'm going to do it because I will eat these in the next day or two. So that's what it looks like. It smells like a waffle. If it quacks like a duck, there you go. If it looks like a waffle, it tastes like a waffle. No, that's not always true. It's a waffle. Heck yeah, waffle. So then there's the Yum Bag, and to be honest with you, the Yum Bags usually aren't that filled. This is chock full of stuff. I'm actually surprised by how much is in here. Because usually, oh wow, like look at all that. Wow. Okay, there's a lot in here. So there's different types. It looks like there's 3 different types of delicious yums. They gave quite a lot in this. That's really interesting. Because I didn't expect it to be quite that much. And so the first one is Go Nuts for Russian caramel. It's caramel toffee with hazelnut cocoa filling. Now, I love hazelnut cocoa filling. I love hazelnut. Oh, so this is harder. So this is what it looks like. But you can't bite into this. I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. Very chewy. Very much on my teeth. It's good. I like the hazelnut. It's good. It's very sweet. It's very sticky. It will get on your dental work if you have any. There you go. So the next one is a crispy tiramisu ball. Yes, please. So yes, this is creamy tiramisu and crunchy cocoa shell. I don't know if there's any liquor in this. So if you have children, read it. Tiramisu is chock full of liquor. And I hate to say it, but if there wasn't something with some sort of liquor in it, I don't know if this would be the Russian box. Just saying. Of course, they're known for their vodka. I'm a big fan. It's probably my favorite adult beverage. Not adult beverage, but alcoholic beverage. I love vodka. This is really good. Actually, I don't think there's any alcohol in it. I take that back. Yeah, it has an alcohol taste to it. But it's not so bad. But I like it. That's all I'm going to say. Somebody may or may not be a drinker. So the next one is the passion fruit jelly choco bonbon, which is interesting that passion fruit would be there. I always see that as very much another Asian kind of flavor. But again, they're very close to their Asian neighbors. And, you know, I think some people in Russia may identify more with that. I mean, considering their region and where they're located in Russia and who their neighbors are. So I like that. So this is what it looks like. Whoa. It's like a junior mint in consistency. It's like a junior mint, but better chocolate. I'm sorry, junior mint. I love those things. But the chocolate's questionable. It's like that, but with passion fruit. It's actually quite good. Actually, it's a really good box, actually. I do think that this is going to be very polarizing, though. Very polarizing. So, if I were going to choose the things that I was kind of iffy on, it's probably going to be chocolate. the waffles because I can get really good waffles anywhere in New York City, and these are packaged waffles. They're not the freshest, but I mean, if you have a hankering, here you go. The other one would be the mushroom croutons, only because I'm not really big into croutons. They didn't do anything wrong. It's just I'm not into croutons. But I have nothing negative to say about it. I will eat them. But it was just croutons. There you go. If I had a salad, I'd pop some on there. So there you go. I also think that out of all of these, this one is probably going to be the one that most Americans find unique. It's the one that I think they're going to go, well, okay. These two are going to be the most unique. I guarantee people are going to go, what? To the mushroom croutons. And people are going to be confused by the pickle balls. I love the pickle balls. I'm going to flat out say, I love these darn things. I love them. Actually, this one may be kind of strange for, well, I think people go to these, the wheat ones with garlic. But I actually don't mind them. But I do think that the pickle balls and these in the end are going to be the ones that confuse people. Now, for me, my hands down favorite are the pickle balls. The candy bars are really good, but they're not something that you couldn't get here in the U.S. You know what I mean? Just in general, they're very similar to what we have here. But the pickle balls are fantastic. I love sweets. I love these more. These are amazing. Yes. So I think that this box is really good. I think there's a lot of things that really represent, I love the like pickles and the mushroom and things like that because it really shows a different culture. And it does really represent Russia quite well. And I feel like these snacks are actually really creative and fun, especially the more savory ones. The sweet ones, not so much, but the savory, yes. And those pickle balls, so great. So, yes. So that is what I feel will end up being popular with most people. I think, oh, what would be the most popular? Actually, I didn't talk about that. I think people really like the bars. Well, I have a feeling that that is what people in the U.S. are going to like, are these two. I'm going to be honest, I think, because they're safe. People know them. Pickle balls. Pickle balls all the darn way. Yes, so that is the box from Russia. And I think that this box is good for people who did keep it. Universal Yums did give the opportunity of people switching it out. I almost did, but then I decided not to. And the reason was because of people that I've been friends with and things. I don't want to disregard their culture because of what government and certain people are doing within said culture. And it's just like erasing their heritage, and I don't want to do that. You know, there's some backlash in articles I've read in Brighton Beach to some people towards the Russians, and so they're kind of taking away the fact that they're Russian, and it's sad that people have to wipe away their identity to protect themselves, and that's not right either. They're here in the U.S. for a reason. Are there sympathizers? Probably, but I guarantee it is a vast minority, not the majority. Trust me. Trust me. So lots of good people, lots of delicious food, interesting culture, and so we can't wipe that away, especially from the people who, you know, don't deserve that. So, you know, so I think what this is if you did get this for your family, this is a great opportunity to talk about things. Of course, we keep it age appropriate, and you know, we don't want to scare people, you know, at a young age about these things. We all find out about how the world works as we get older, sadly. You know, sometimes we just don't learn. I'm not going to say sometimes. We don't learn. So there you go. So this is a good opportunity to talk to your kids about it, you know, and I'm sure they've heard about it and talk to them about it. So this could actually be more so than usual. They're all educational boxes, but this could even be more so for a good line of communication for your family. So yeah. So please let me know what you think below. Please be kind. I did the best that I could with this because, like I said, those are my reasons, you know. There you go. So with that, have a wonderful day, my friends. Bye.